Hello there everyone, welcome back to Pikmin 2. Last time we returned back to this mysterious planet with Louie this time, and we went to the Valley of Repose and obtained our first treasure. Today we're going to have to return to the Valley of Repose and see what's up here before we can really progress to any other areas. But after today, we're not going to be coming back to the Valley of Repose for quite a while. So let's go ahead and skip these intro cutscenes because we don't need them at all. Good morning, workers. Let's toil for our company. Man, what a great time. So I am going to show a few things here today that I didn't show yesterday. One, I'm going to mention the treasures. They are your replacement for ship parts in this game, except there's a whole lot more of them. There's going to be 201 in this game to collect. Yeah, it's a lot more than 30. But they won't be too hard to find, I promise. Maybe a few of them might be a little annoying to get just because of the way parts of this game can be structured, but don't worry about it, it'll be fine. For now, let's go up here, and then I'm also going to knock this down. And let's sprout some Pikmin. So we can get about 47 Pikmin right now, if I remember correctly. We're going to get all of them. That is possible right now. So I'm going to come up here to where we were yesterday with Louie, and I'm going to send... You can get 3 1 pellets up here. These are probably the easiest ones to miss when you're playing the game yourself. But that is 6 more Pikmin. You can't get anything where Louie woke up yesterday, although you can see where he face planted into the ground if you look carefully enough over there, which I do think is kind of funny. We do have enough Pikmin to carry these 5 pellets back already, so I'll throw some onto that, and then we'll throw the rest onto this 5 pellet. Thankfully, these 5 pellets get knocked down immediately. I don't think any of them were actually up in a pellet posy in Pikmin 1. They were always on the ground. Another good thing to note is both captains will pluck Pikmin out of the ground if they're both there, so that speeds things up a little bit. And then the other thing I do want to talk about real fast is the motion controls. In this game, you just have to hit the minus button and you can bring it up, press plus, and you can turn them on. Much like in Pikmin 1, it only works when you're holding a Pikmin. If I get rid of the Pikmin, nothing happens. Or if I whistle, then the motion controls turn on. Just like Pikmin 1, I'm going to play with them off. They are not my thing, but if you want to play with them, feel free to do so. And we now have all of our Pikmin here. One other great thing to note is there's a lot less time in this game between when the Pikmin seeds hit the ground and when you can sprout them. In Pikmin 1, it was quite a while, and for some reason they didn't change that in the Switch version. I just find it really odd that they didn't. But here we are, so it is a lot shorter in this game. Go on ahead and be happy about it. And now we need to take 35 Pikmin and throw them onto this paper bag to move forward. We've grown all the Pikmin we can for now, but we're going to want it because we need to get as many as we can. Because, well, I'm not going to spend too much time gathering more throughout the game. Actually, what I'm going to do... How many do I have altogether? I have 35 right now. Will these guys go into that red bulborb? That is the question. I'm going to go on ahead and put all 35 of these guys onto this treasure and start bringing it back. They should just walk right over here, and we'll have that on the way while we head back here to pluck our other Pikmin out of the ground. There is not much we can do while waiting on that to get back. I can obviously grab some Pikmin and throw them onto this dwarf bulborb right here. So that's going to take 3, 1 on the pellet posy. No, that's not what I wanted. You know what? Fine. Be that way. And then I'm going to take the other 7 and I'm going to put them on this white bramble wall right here. We're going to need to break this down as this is blocking the path to what we really need to go to today. And that red bulborb, previously known as the spotty bulborb, but got its name changed because of reasons in Olimar's notes in the Piklopedia. We'll take him out here in a second once all of our Pikmin are regrouped. Now that this stuff is getting back, the treasure in particular is what we really want to get back, so I'm just going to put these guys on it just to speed it up a small amount. And I'll pluck these guys out of the ground. This puts us up to what, 53 altogether? That's pretty good. This is going to be our second treasure. It's 170 Pokos, and it's called the Utter Scrap. It's literally just a crushed soda can, and yet it's still somehow worth over a year-and-a-half's salary on Hockatate, which is crazy. But yeah, now that we have 53 Pikmin, we're going to take out this red Bulborb. So let's get these off of this, and I guess you can swarm, you can do the good old bum rush strat if you want. I'm going to throw my Pikmin onto this guy. Don't stop throwing. Make sure they all hit his back so that he doesn't actually get the chance to eat them. And then you can start bringing all of this stuff back to base. This is going to take a minute. What I will do is I'm going to go on ahead and just skip to after I break down this wall. And I also pluck the Pikmin that get brought back there. And we'll check out what that hole is once all that's done. So be right back. Now that I've got everybody with me, and I sat through the ship talking for another million years once the wall got broken down, let's take a look at this hole. You should have 70 Pikmin, assuming you didn't lose any to the red Bulborb, and you will be then greeted with this. We can't really go anywhere but here, as there is water to our right, and that means we can't progress any further. So walk up to the hole, and you'll be greeted with Emergence Cave. We will enter this hole with all 70 of our Pikmin, so let's begin our first spelunking adventure. Hooray. So the first sublevel of this is, it's pretty short. This whole cave is pretty short. We'll probably be done within about 5 or 6 minutes, as long as I skip past all of the ship's dialogue. Basically, these caves are going to turn Pikmin from a time management simulator into a dungeon crawler. They are long, multi-floor dungeons, and will have several treasures on each floor, or maybe 0. I guess I shouldn't say they will, because some floors will absolutely have 0 treasures on them. These guys right here are going to be a new enemy type, the Snow Bulborb. They are just like Dwarf Bulborbs in every regard to my knowledge. I can't think of a single thing that is different about them, except for the fact that they have a different color palette. So, as you can see, there's another hole right here. This hole appears to be quite deep. My sensors indicate more treacherous terrain ahead. Louis, you do recall that you can adjust the camera. Yeah, thanks. I love the ship. So these holes are going to allow us to go deeper into the cave and proceed to the next floor. We have our first treasure getting back here. This is going to be the quenching emblem. But basically, we want to get all of the treasures on every floor, as we're here to collect them all. The big caveat of caves is you cannot grow more Pikmin in here. As you can see, the Snow Bulborb is being taken back to the ship, or I'm going to call it the pod. That's what I normally call it, because it's just the top of the ship. The first time you bring a enemy, beast, whatever you want to call it back, the ship will yell at you for it. You can get a small amount of Pokos from it. I don't recommend bringing them back every time, though. This is going to be our second treasure here. It's 180 Pokos, and it's called the Citrus Lump. It's a very nice looking orange. That noise you hear in the background will be the noise telling you that all of the treasures on a floor have been collected. So once you've done that, you can go on ahead and jump down to the second sublevel. You can just jump down at any time, and all of your Pikmin will follow you unless they are planted in the ground, I do believe, which can happen from Candy Pop Buds, which we'll get to one of those here in a second, and the couple enemy types. So when you get to the final floor of a dungeon, you will get this final floor message, and it says it up in the top right. Usually they're going to have a boss. This one does not. And we have an interesting treasure here. It takes a lot of Pikmin to lift. If we put our reds onto it right now, you'll see it takes 101 carry strength. We can't even have that many Pikmin altogether, let alone we only have a 70 right now, and that's the maximum you can have. So how are we supposed to lift this? Well, we'll find that answer here in a second, but first you have to take care of some more snowball orbs. I'd like to not lose any in this first cave. I don't even think these guys can kill your Pikmin, actually. At least the ones in this cave. They definitely can in later ones. Oh, he just didn't want to follow me, I guess. So if we come into here, we can see Candy Pot Buds. These are returning from Pikmin 1. They were used to transfer between Pikmin types in that game, and you can do the same in this one, I guess. But these are going to be violet ones. If we throw our Pikmin into here, we can throw 5 in, and then it stops, and it will evaporate, or disappear, or whatever you want to say, which they did not in Pikmin 1. And the reason for that is that these are going to give us a new Pikmin type, the purple Pikmin. So these are going to be very strong, very overpowered, and your best friend in this game. Amazing, a purple Pikmin. It does things that I will explain instead of the ship, because I will do it in about 10 seconds. So, these guys, they have a carry strength of 10, so for every one purple Pikmin, the same amount can be carried by reds. The downside is they're very slow. They have double the attack power of the base attack stat, which the reds have 1.5, all the others have 1. You can see they're a lot slower than the reds, and they can stun enemies with a thud, where if they fall any distance, then they will keep an enemy stunned. We're also going to use them to lift up this treasure right here. As you can see, we're now going to be at... should be higher than that. Oh, it's because I have some over here, and I was trying to move too fast. Yeah, you gotta be careful running around in this game because of your purple Pikmin, because these guys are slow. This treasure is going to take a while to get back as well. Even though it's only like 10 feet away, it still takes a while. Because it just takes so many Pikmin to carry, and you only have 10 purples. I'm going to go ahead and start walking back this way so that we can just get out of here faster by the time that treasure gets over there. And it should be there right about now. Yep. This is going to be an actually important treasure, though. You can see by the shimmering effect, this is the Spherical Atlas for 200 Pokos, and this is going to unlock the next area of the game for us. Assuming that you somehow don't get to this cave on day 2, you should be going to the next area by day 3, and it's also the only treasure on this floor. Most final floors are going to have a boss. This is the only exception. And at the end of a cave, or sometimes in the middle, you'll find these geysers. These will shoot you back out of the cave, and much like the holes that send you deeper, you don't need to have your Pikmin in your squad to actually go up. So let's go ahead and use this, and all of our Pikmin will come up with us in this cute little animation where they just are yelling or something as they go up. So yeah, there's only 3 treasures in the... what's this called? Emergence Cave, right? Yeah. I don't know why I'm blanking on that. So go ahead, save your game. You can save after all of the caves as well. The game will also save between all subfloors. So this game saves a lot more frequently than Pikmin 1. You can use that to your advantage to reset a lot more if you feel things went horribly wrong, which hopefully I won't have to do that too much in this run, but trust me, I will. And now that we have done that, we are up on the surface once again. And because we got the globe, if you don't get it, you can actually leave and then go back in and get more purples if you wish. But I didn't feel like doing that. So when you come up here, you'll just get 2 cutscenes back to back, and the second one will send you out of the day, because there's just nothing else we can do here. I kind of wish the game would at least let you spend the rest of it. Just farm out more Pikmin if you want. Nope, we're not allowed to do that. We just have to go and continue onwards, because the ship's like, you guys have done enough work, because you spent so much time in that cave. And then later on, it's not going to care that we just lost like 70 Pikmin to a 12-floor cave that had like tons of enemies in it. And yeah, that's going to be the trajectory of Pikmin 2. Trust me, it's great. We're going to have a fun time. So we got 656 Pokos today, and this is what the death screen looks like. We'll have some deaths eventually. I'm not going to do a no death run on this. Baby steps first, Olimar. Plan well and don't worry about me. Our debt is with Happy Hoctate's savings and loan after all. Besides, there's nothing left to repossess, so ha. And I hit B by accident. Yeah, don't hit B on this screen or you'll just go back. We'll save our game and we can finally move forward. So that is going to do it for today, but we have unlocked the next area, the Awakening Wood, which we'll be taking on next time. I'll see you guys then. Bye-bye.